I'll turn on my mic, my desktop audio. I can see myself. And there's a delay.
Yep, I see.
Can you hear me? Is the question. Oh.
I don't know.
It's so
I hear you on stream.
delay. What's that?
I hear you on stream.
Excellent. Thank you, Wes.
Oh yeah, echo, echo, echo.
Someone's throwing a knife. Okay, cool. Then let's get started. All right, so this is the very first session of Zweihander and the very first game running on this channel. And we are doing a Bitter Harvest, the starting quest out of the back of the book. Where's my camera? This monster tome, I'll hold it up. This beast of a book. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with introductions of each of our characters and give us a little background of who they are, what their profession is, maybe a little physical description of them as well, because we ended up with some very interesting, physical attributes for some of our guys. So we'll go in alphabetical order down the stream. So Barsh will go first.
All right. Barsh is a dwarven pit fighter. He is average height for a dwarf, so he's about 4.5 feet. Muscular build, but you can see there's a nice layer of fat over him. He's a little broad, but he looks sturdy. He has a large brand on the side of his face, and his profession is he is a pit fighter. His face is pretty scarred up, but not so scarred up where it looks like he doesn't finish the fights, gives as good as he gets. He's not the most jolly guy. He's pretty grim, but he does like to enjoy himself after the fights, as can be seen by his bulging belly. And that is Barsh.
Cool. Thank you very much. He truly is grim and perilous.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have Edmund Randolph.
Name's Edmund Randolph. You need something taken in and out of the city without the officials knowing about it? I'm a man to talk to. You notice me, I'm about 5'6", 253 pounds. I like to eat, you can tell, but I can still get you in and out without anyone noticing.
Thank you, Edmund. He is also short round.
But no muscles. Don't confuse the two of us.
One's muscle, one's brawn.
No, he's just a fat dude.
He's just a fat dude.
Just a little fat guy. But he is a criminal mastermind.
He's a smuggler.
All right, next up, we've got Elric Simmel. Elric, are you there?
Elric is a human male highwayman. He fancies himself, the Robin Hood of the times, giving whatever he can take from the rich to his poor beleaguered allies in the downtrodden areas.
Sort of a Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
A man.
He is a little fancier than most. He uses a musket pistol as a weapon. Thanks to superior firepower.
Fancy.
Nice.
Does not like to get up close and personal. Oh, someone's following me, but it didn't pop up who it is, so thank you. I think that's what that sound was. Commander Root. Is that one of you guys?
No, not me at least.
All right. Hey, Commander Root. Thanks for following and joining us. I don't see him in the chat, but that's all right. That's what that sound
Hi,
was.
Commander Root.
I don't know if you guys heard that Batman thing or not.
I didn't.
I muted the stream so I wouldn't get echo.
Okay. Well, thank you, Commander Root, for joining us and following. Next up, we've got Erg Singe Belch.
Hey guys, so my character is a ogre astronomer, and he is pretty frail at 8'10", 6'30". So yeah, he's pretty thin.
He's thin
But,
for an ogre.
Yeah,
By
sounds
the-
like it. 8'10".
He's thin for an ogre. 8'10", 6'30" though is my favorite. He is not. He's built for running into battle, but that's not what he wants to do. He's actually a bit of a weak caster, and most of his abilities are ranged. So it'll be interesting to see what he's doing here. He is a dunderhead, so expect him to be stumbling through conversations.
Yeah, he might put you guys in some interesting situations, being a dunderhead. Oh, I didn't put your picture up. I've been putting everybody's picture up on the screen as you guys described your characters. Let me get that up there now. Erg Singe Belch. Gray hair, blue eyes,
lanky.
And last but not least, we have Ruby Goodchild.
Ruby Goodchild is a halfling. She is 25 years old. She was lowborn, so fairly common birth. From a very young age, having no parents, she fell in with traveling mercenaries and eventually became kind of a warrior for hire in armies and learned how to fight with a small light sword. And she's gotten pretty good at it. In fact, the pride of her work as a Bravo consumes her, and that's kind of what drives her. And she struggles between being prideful and doing things well and being a perfectionist, and slips into arrogance once in a while, which can get her into terrible trouble. She is not particularly strong or powerful, but she's incredibly agile and able to land quick blows with her small light weapons. She has pretty sharp wit and a very strong fellowship. So she's good at getting people to laugh and to break a situation with words and camaraderie as opposed to weapons when she has to. And she's currently looking for adventure.
Well, I have a feeling she's gonna find it, especially running around with this motley crew.
Yeah, this is you could probably stack about 5 of her to get to the ogre's height.
Oh, speaking of the ogre, Erg Singe Belch. Don't halflings and ogres have a special kinship in this world from what we were looking into?
We get along well with each other.
All right. Well, actually, they'd be a good compliment because she's an up close and personal fighter, and she's got a pretty strong wit, so she's got a high intelligence. But she's very fragile. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, they bond over their love of food, typically, don't they?
Yeah, together, don't they?
Yeah. Halflings.
Whoa! Time out.
And so do ogres.
Do they like to eat halflings? Though that's the question.
I don't believe so. I hope not.
That'd be hilarious.
Halflings like to eat. Ogres like to eat halflings.
Looking at this group, it looks like everybody likes to eat.
Yeah.
Except for you.
Right.
You're like the
I'm frail.
Yeah, the rail thin ogre. But to a human you look massive and behemoth. But to other ogres it's like, oh, look at this twerp. Right? All right. So, that is the introductions out of the way. Thanks so much, guys. What we will do, they recommend that we start off with rolling initiative for the game. Yeah, I know, right? And oh, that's the wrong box. I've thrown you guys in the initiative tracker already. Oh, with the exception of Barsh. I'll get you in there. But well, let's get that going. So the way that works is, I should mention to the if you know the 2 or 3 people that are watching us, and anybody watches this video down the road, this is our first time playing this game, so it's going to be a little bumpy as we do the rules. So you roll a d10 and add your initiative bonus onto that, which is on your character sheet.
Is there a hotkey for initiative roll anywhere?
No, there isn't. I was looking for one earlier today. Unless I'm missing it.
Weird.
So, and your initiative
Where
bonus
can I find the initiative bonus?
on the combat tab. I'm in your character sheet. That's why it's clicking around. You get 6. $14. Oh, you put the plus on there. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
don't have to do math. What was your plus, Belch Surge Egg? Or what's your total? Why don't you just read off your total with your bonus? Belch. Oh, did you find a button for it, Elric, or did you just do a little macro?
I just typed it in, but I don't have a token selected, so it didn't work with it. But it would
Oh,
have.
gotcha.
Oh yeah, yep.
13 and 12. Perfect. And let's add. Oh, I need a token. That's right. I have like tokens hidden on this screen because that was the only way I could get you guys in the tracker. Let's do that. Everybody can see your mean mug on the screen.
Nice.
Add to turn, and then we're going to shrink you down and make you go away. Hide you down here with the rest of them. All right, and you got a 14. Oh, where did all my numbers go? The technical difficulties already start.
That is fine.
It's an easy fix, at least. 12. And Elric, 17. Whopping 17. Let's do this. There.
Well, I mean, it's 3 plus your perception bonus, and I have pretty good perception. So.
Right. All right, so there's our turn order for the evening. That is set. Now, the next thing we do is we create the fortune/misfortune pool. So you get fortune tokens equal to the number of players plus 1. So I'm just going to throw these out on the table. And you
It'd be nice if we got it per pound.
Per pound, yeah. Rolling in them. So you have 5 fortune, and this is a group total. And
Plus 1, right? For a total of 6.
Oh yeah, 6. Thank you. So, what these can be used for? Let me quickly do a rundown on that as I read from the piece of paper in front of me. So, you can use one to re-roll a failed skill test, but must accept the outcome. You can gain an additional AP during combat on your turn. So you typically have 3 AP per combat round. You can spend 1 to gain an additional, a 4th AP. Or you can treat a rolled D6 Chaos or Fury die as a face-up 6.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, they're known as Fortune and Misfortune because when you spend it, it becomes a Misfortune token, and then I get to use it for any one of those things as well for my NPCs.
And there we go.
So, spend them wisely because I will get them. And then once I use them, they're gone. They're out of the game. They don't turn back into fortune. The other currency we should talk about and do a rundown for is fate points. Now, I believe all of you except for one person have 2 fate points because you took some, I don't know, physical drawbacks during character creation, which gave you an additional fate point at character creation. And these do not replenish at the beginning of every game. These are very hard to come by, but they're also like your get out of jail free card. So you can spend a fate point to either ignore gaining an injury, a permanent injury, or ignore being slain. This will save your life. So you want to hang on to these. They're very valuable. You don't want to just kind of willy-nilly throw them out there. Any questions about fate and fortune points? No? Excellent. I'm just looking at the users here. All right. Third chance. Apricot.
That's me. I'm third chance.
Who's apricot? Ripe, rude fruit, and then commander root. Only one of you guys is in the chat? Okay, so there's actual like people watching us. Cool. I'm so sorry for you. Because it's going to be a little rough this first section.
Let me jump in this chat.
But it's okay. We're going to get through this. This is a learning session. Hopefully no one will die in the first session. There we go. Who's moving your currency around?
It's me.
Everybody can see that.
I know. I'm cleaning it up so you can have your map there.
Okay.
Because I have OCD.
That's fair.
And I can't get these to stack properly, which is going to drive me nuts too, but that's okay.
All right. Do we need to do... I forgot to ask, do we need to do a rundown of Roll20 for anybody before we start? Or are you guys pretty familiar with the basics?
I'm pretty familiar with the basics. It's just the character sheet. Just gotta get used to the character sheet.
That's fair. Okay, cool then. Without any further ado, let's kick this off. So we're playing Bitter Harvest. All right, a little bit of narrative text here. You've been traveling for a few days and have come upon a small river port town by the name of Swansea. The clouds have parted and the typically gray skies have made way to bright beaming sun. You squint with disdain as your eyes are assaulted by the sunshine. The town is a flurry of activity with people coming and going as preparations for a wedding are in full swing. Flowers and decorations hang between buildings and adorn every house. Typically, when entering a new town, you've been watched, scrutinized, or even chased away. But given the current state of affairs, you can only assume you've been mistaken as out-of-town guests. People smile, they nod as you enter town. Right away, you made your way to the nearest watering hole to post up. You've been in the local tavern, the Bloated Boar, drinking and listening in to the local chatter. You've gleaned from the locals that the couple set to be wed are Maximilian Steger and Helena Rafke. Suddenly, cheers can be heard from outside the tavern, and the others sitting at the tables hop up and run outside. You square up the room, and you guys make your way out there slowly. What you see are women walking up and down the crowds, handing out flowers, while men are doing the same, but they're passing out the odd brass penny to the people lined up in the streets. Cheers erupt as you see standing at opposite ends of the road a clearly pregnant woman in a wedding dress and a man in a fine suit. They make their way towards one another until they meet in front of the temple of the god Empire. After what seems like forever, the couple burst out of the temple to a torrent of cheers. Someone in the crowd shouts, "Time for celebrations to begin!" And the town erupts into a giant party. And you guys are in the midst of it. Is there anything you'd like to do now that you're in this giant party.
What is
mean
it?
it's gonna be food.
Yeah.
Food, and there's drinks. There's ale flowing and wine flowing everywhere.
That's what I'm looking for. Is it dwarven?
It's not dwarven. It's whatever the local ale is that they use their crops to produce.
Okay, so it's weak.
It is weak by dwarven standards.
I need a lot of it.
Well, it looks like there's no end to it because casks are being rolled out into the streets and being tapped, and people are taking their tankards and their mugs and putting them underneath, and the beer is just flowing.
Nice.
Is the town guard caught up in the revelry as well?
This is quite a small town, so the town guard is more like a local militia.
Okay.
But from what you can tell, yeah, there are armed men standing about, but they seem to be enjoying themselves. They've got tankards, and they're filling them with ale and taking part in the festivities. You can clearly tell that this is a big deal, this wedding that is taking place, that you've stumbled into.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the ale, and I mean it's kind of hard for me to be inconspicuous, but
Well, you also have you are. Did you decide on your brand? Because you are branded, which makes
Yes,
it harder to be
yeah.
inconspicuous. Did you decide what that looks like?
it's like an infinity symbol.
Okay,
So the swirly 8 type thing.
on your face.
Yeah,
All right,
right.
I like it.
It has to be done.
The former pit fighter. Is there anything that you guys would like to particularly do or seek out or learn more of?
All
Or
of
you
us
just kinda wanna-
sausages.
Blend into the crowd. The food isn't being served just yet. It is it's early afternoon. People are taking this opportunity to party, and from what you can only assume, the festivities or the dinner will take place later tonight. You kind of ask around, like, "Oh, where's the food?" And they go, "Oh, there'll be later. Right now we party."
Agreed.
To Maximilian and Helena. And they raise their glasses and drink.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
Cheers.
So you guys stand there for a little while, and you're blending in, and you're taking part of the festivities. After a few moments, you notice a group of men eyeing you all up, and they lock eyes, and they start to wander on over. It's a group of three men, and they head on over, and they go, "Hey, time for a game, lads. Let's see what you've got."
Boy, I'm up for a game, Ruby says. Broad smile. She hops off the table with her tankard and swaggers up. What we playing?
Sorry, lady. It's for the men folk only.
Oi! Now, I understand. Be kinda sad if you got beat by a woman, so of course might not want to risk it, but I assure you, I'm quite fair when I beat men.
It's a better day for a game than it is a wedding anyway.
They look at you like, oh, okay, ogre. They
Well,
go,
I just mean this day 5 years ago would have been perfect.
for a game?
For a wedding.
Oh, okay. And they look kind of confused at your blathering. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to have ourselves a little race, and let's see if you can keep up with us Swansea folk. And they
Yeah, I'm out of that one.
they point over at a group of women who are gathering nearby, and they're all kind of looking over and snickering, and they go, "Pick one. You carry her on your shoulders, and we race."
We'll win.
You carry me on your shoulders.
The women kind of look over at you, Edmund, and they're just like, no one's taking up that offer to carry you. They don't want to break their backs carrying the short round.
Well, how about I offer to pick up Ruby over here and we'll go.
All right, sure. Is she okay with being the prize if you win?
By prize, we mean what exactly?
The prize, the win of the race. You're married to the girl that you carry across the finish line if you win till dawn. There's no shame in anything that happens when you're married.
She just shakes her head and says, "Wouldn't you rather?" And she pulls out a deck of cards. Wouldn't you rather just play some knucklebones for a few silver? What do you say?
Oh no, this is more fun.
Yeah, I'm not marrying anybody today, love.
It's only till the morning.
Yeah, all the more reason.
So what do you say? We have any takers?
I'm sure one of them would love to be married to me till the morning.
Well, they are eyeing over in this direction. Actually, one of them comes on over, and she goes right to Barsh, and fairly attractive person, a little plump, but she's very here's a picture of her. She's very direct.
Is she dwarven and does she have a beard?
She's not.
That's what matters.
She's human. She's very direct in her approach. She goes, "My name's Molly. You're my partner. You're going to be carrying me across the finish line. Let's go." And she starts like tugging at your arm.
Get away from me, wench.
She looks at you kind of insulted. "Excuse me?"
Get one of these lots, these tall folk, to carry you.
All right, she eyes the ogre next. What do you say?
You're about 4 feet too little.
That was long dollar. Am I too much man for you to handle?
She seems to be eyeing up the bigger of the larger of the group and going straight to them. She started with the dwarf. She was turned down rather abruptly, and so she's made her way to the ogre, and she wants you to race with her on your shoulders.
Hey Matt, can Ruby roll like scrutinize and awareness to see if there's something else going on here besides what meets the eye?
Yeah, of course. Why don't you go ahead and roll? Yeah, roll me a scrutinize, and let's just do it. I see you've already got +10 routine selected. Go ahead and leave that. That's fine.
Okay. So situational modifier leaves 0, right?
Yeah, leave that 0. Oh, wow, an 8. Okay. So you look these guys over, and you look the women over, and it seems legit. Like, the women are standing there, anxious, and they're walking around the crowd, and they're picking men, and they're lining up, and the guys are trying to put them on their shoulders without falling over after having a few too many drinks. You also see that each of the women are holding 3 cabbages, and that seems to be part of this race. It's handed once they're up on the men's shoulders. The men are holding these 3 cabbages under their arm for whatever reason.
Okay, so she just failed that roll badly, right?
No, you succeeded very, very well. You want to roll under that target number. So your target number is a 54. You rolled an 8, so you like nailed it.
Yeah, you killed it.
Okay, so there's nothing too shifty going on here, then, right?
Not from what you can tell.
Okay, very good.
So does anybody want to take them up on their offer? You're all going to be, say, not today, and go back to partying.
I look at the group and I say, "What you gonna do when our brothers or father come looking for you?"
Yeah.
I'll do it. Well, you ladies want to take me on?
Who said that?
Edmund Randolph, our short, round human.
Ruby smacks him on the back of the head gently with a grin and says, "You know, the last contest, right?" And she points over at the bride with her big belly.
I just
No.
I smile and I'll rub my own belly. What are you talking about? We all got bellies.
She just shrugs with a grin. You've been warned, Longshanks. She's walks off.
All right. So Edmund, you want to enter this race?
Sure.
The most unlikely.
Don't worry about
lunch?
being tied down.
Oh yeah, you never know what could happen.
I will screw you over.
All right. So Molly will she'll begrudgingly accept Edmund as her partner. And what this is we're going to learn how to do a chase sequence, which is a pretty integral part of this system. We'll do a simplified version. Usually this is a whole bunch of rounds, but because there's only one of you, we'll just do a couple rounds. And we'll fumble our way through this. So let me... I prepared this with all your tokens and everything, thinking that you guys would you'd all want to partake, but apparently not. Let me get rid of the other tokens here.
Definitely not what Ruby had in mind.
Well, I didn't have Ruby on there because I didn't think Ruby wanted to be married to a woman till the next morning or be married off herself.
Right. Yeah.
So the way this is going to work is typically there's an escapee and a pursuer. In this, the three NPCs are the quote unquote escapees. A lot of times they'll have a bonus to start because they've got a head start on you. But in this, you are all starting at the same time. You're just considered the pursuer for the rules portion of this. Time is measured in rounds, so we'll do 3 rounds because it's just the one of you doing it. And each round, you as a pursuer, you want to gather a pursuit level. So they're always going to be ahead of you in the initiative tracker, so you'll go after the 3 of them. And the way it works is you take your movement, which is determined by the mode of travel, and you're on foot, so it's 3 plus your agility bonus. So what is your agility bonus, Edmund?
Let me look here. Hang on.
I think Molly's pretty safe.
2.
2?
2.
Agility bonus is 2, so 5 is going to be your bonus to your roll. Because every turn you're going to roll a d10 and add 5 to it. 3 plus your agility bonus.
Okay.
Molly hands you the cabbages. She goes, "Here, use these to get an upper hand. Throw them when you get close. Throw them to the others and knock them over." And everybody's got these cabbages under their arms.
Okay.
So they're weapons.
They are ranged weapons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my guys to start. Are they not tokens? They're on the map level.
Are they on the wrong layer?
Let's fix that. There we go. So they are going to roll a d10 and add their bonus for each of them. So our first one rolls a 6, a 1, and a 3. And they get a plus. What is their plus? I have it recorded here. I made a little chart and everything. They have a +4. Ooh, these guys are going to go... This might be over fast. We're going to run out of map. We'll just circle back to the beginning. He's there. And...
I think it's actually kind of a neat idea that everyone doesn't have exactly the same speed all the time.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so go ahead and roll us a d10, Edmund. You've got Molly on your back, though. So the start, the race starts, and she's like, "Come on, keep up with them, keep up with them. You're so slow. Let's go."
Take a bite out of all the cabbages and start running.
Yes, I love it.
I got a 10, so what does that do?
So you move 15.
Oh, he rolled a 5 plus 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
I already got
10.
my modifier in there.
So you are right there. So on your turn during a chase, what you can do is if you critically succeed, both. Oh no, that's not that. So you can do one of the options. You can attempt a takedown, or you can attempt a melee attack. So this is where you can throw a cabbage. If you throw a cabbage and hit one of the guys in front of you, it's going to affect their speed. You're aiming for their legs. You're going to try and trip them up as you're running. Did you want to throw one of your cabbages?
Is there any detriment to me on that?
Absolutely not.
I'll hold off. I'll wait till the next round.
Okay. Remember, it's only 3 rounds. We're doing a short race.
Oh, yes. So I got 3 cabbages. I'll chunk one of the dude's legs in front of me.
Cabbage him. Cabbage him.
So what am I rolling there?
Just go ahead and make me a simple melee. Yeah. And just do it with I'm not going to give any negatives. Just do it with 0. Hey, I see Devil Dog in the chat. Hey, Devil Dog, how's it going?
Simple ranged or simple melee?
Simple ranged. Do you want to try and hit the guy in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, so you're huffing and puffing and chugging along, and you've got Molly on your back, and she's hitting the back of your head every once in a while, and she's shouting out and insulting you as you're going along, and she's like, "Go faster! Hit him with a cap! What are you doing, you idiot?" And you take aim, and you go to throw to hit him between the legs and kind of trip him up a bit, and you just throw completely wide, and it's all thanks to Molly on your back.
I bit too much out of that cabbage. It threw it off.
That's right. Yeah, it kind of veered sideways. Okay.
No longer aerodynamic.
So what we'll do is we'll do the next round. So these guys will roll their d10s again. Ooh.
Damn.
So this guy's there. I am going to run a map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to have to circle back. 9, 12. All right, so he's lapping you.
Ooh. The dwarf is just laughing and drinking.
Yeah, right. What are you guys in the crowd? Kind of
Oh yeah, watching this.
cheering along. There's a huge crowd of onlookers. Oh, look at Edmund nailing it.
Does that explode?
It does not. It's when you're rolling d6s, though they will typically explode, for damage and chaos dice and things like that.
Oh,
So can I move it, or are you moving?
You can move it.
That's how many squares?
Yes. So 10 squares. You're catching up. You're huffing and puffing. The sweat is just pouring down your face, and you got Molly on your back going, "Go faster, you idiot!" She's digging her heels into your side and kicking you as you go.
Like a horse.
Yeah, exactly. Hurry up, you moron!
So I gotta chunk another cabbage at that dude.
Yeah, you can try and whip a cabbage at him.
Back like almost like a bowling ball, and I just roll it down the lane. It.
All right, take a bite and roll it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me another simple melee.
Would it be range?
Or simple range, thank you. Oh, you nail it! So you take aim and you roll this ball. You are a bowler, so this is something you're familiar with, and it stumbles down the path and gets between his feet, and he starts to stumble a bit. So next round he's going to be at a negative. All right, so this is the final round to see who wins a bride for the night, where there is no shame and everything is okay. Let's roll for these NPCs yet again. Oh, the guy in the lead rolls a 10.
And you said he's at a minus, though? Or is it with the minus?
No, that's not with the modifier on there. It's just a natural 10, and then he gets his plus on there. He is there.
Damn it, one of the-
Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this guy is right behind you. I haven't thrown any cabbages at you guys. That's okay. This is a learning session. I'll take it easy on you. I won't kill you. Death by cabbage.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the final round, and you can hear the crowd yelling, "Roderick, Roderick, Roderick!" as he takes the win, and he takes the woman down off his shoulders and gives her a big old smooch, and then the crowd is cheering and they're partying, and they quickly disperse, and Roderick and his bride for the day disappear. Old Molly hops off your back. Well, she more like walks all over you. She steps all over you. She's telling, "Bend over, get me down, you idiot!" And she steps all over you. What was that all about, you buffoon?
I just grab her, give her a big old kiss, and then walk off.
All right, you go ahead and do that, and she just looks stunned. And you go back to your party members. So Edmund comes on over.
Looking fiberglass. I turn like over the shoulder, like you see, like if it was a model, like she does that over the shoulder look, and I'm gonna turn and just wink at her.
Oh, she's absolutely stunned that you did that. She was not expecting it whatsoever. So the crowd is cheered you on. Some people have come on over and they're giving you tankards of ale, and oh, good job for such a large fellow. You held your own.
They called you fat.
That's okay. I welcome to underestimate me.
Getting a huge echo from the players. Just message here in chat that we're getting an echo from you guys.
Any specific player?
I don't know why that's happening. What if I do that and I do... Oh, I think I figured out the problem. Alright, try talking now.
Hello.
Test 1 2 3.
Hello.
Is the echo gone? There we go. Alright, so for the first 40 minutes we had an echo. Awesome. That's what happens. It's alright. Okay, Edmund is he's huffing and puffing. He makes his way back over to you guys. He's just sweating profusely. He is just drenched in sweat. His clothes are just soaking wet. He leans up against the side of a building and he's... But the townspeople seem to have taken to him with his performance.
I think I need a glass of ale and some sausage.
Get this man a sausage. All right. So you guys blend in and start to partake in the festivities. Molly, you notice every once in a while, Edmund, that she is, glancing over at you. She's, maybe she's a bit smitten by your actions there.
I'm probably hard to get. I'll make eye contact and just that half smile and just kind of talk to someone else.
Player.
Right? All right. Is there anything you guys particularly want to do after the foot race?
Drink.
All right. There's no shortage of that.
Eat
and drink. There's the odd food, but definitely people are holding out for the main course later tonight.
Are there any games of chance going on, or any gambling?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and make me a check? Let me see what the most appropriate one would be here. Do an awareness.
Okay. Difficulty?
Just a 0.
Okay. So that would be a failure, right?
That is a big failure. So you're mulling around the crowds. You're kind of walking between people. They don't really notice you because you're so short. And you're poking around. You're looking. You're asking. And people are so busy being merry and enjoying themselves. You know, like, oh, excuse me. I'm looking for a game of chance. They're just like, oh, here. And they just like hand you a drink when you ask a question. They don't even really listen to you.
All right. Well, she'll continue drinking then and just kind of hang out with the crowd.
Okay. Sounds good. So, you guys continue drinking, partaking in the festivities, and after a while, the groom comes over in your direction. Who you remember from the tavern as being Maximilian Steger, and he comes over to the party, and he takes a particular interest in you, Edmund. And comes on over and goes, so what brings you to town? I don't think I know you. What brings you to our wedding?
Through.
Ah.
Fortunate events. Traveling through. Y'all throwing a party. Getting married. Wonderful.
Oh. Well, that was a hell of a race you're in. Good job keeping up for such a large fellow.
You know. Get underestimated. The way I like it. And congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And he raises his cup and clings it against yours. So where are you traveling to, may I ask? He said you're traveling through town. Where are you headed?
Where were we headed? Did we actually have any place?
Well, you guys are just kind of wanderers. You're nomads.
Nowhere particular. Just heading through.
You go ahead and anybody who's there, kind of like witnessing this and staying around, go ahead and make me a scrutinize roll.
Including me, or
Yeah.
Or just straight up.
Yeah, just straight up. He's a little intoxicated, tipsy, so he's not really doing a good job of hiding too much. Look at you guys. 13, 3. Uh-oh. Oh, 95.
That's high.
Elric, you're enjoying yourself. You're just drinking this drink. Same with Barsh.
Yeah, I'm a little drunk.
You're doing what you love.
I'm having trouble getting that to roll.
Oh, let me take a look at your character sheet here. So you're just clicking the button? Like the word scrutinize?
Yep.
I got it for you. There's a pop-up that comes up. You click it, and then it'll ask you for a situational modifier. It might be hidden behind your character sheet or behind something else when it pops up, and that's what's maybe stopping you from doing that roll.
Last time we were rolling up characters.
There we go. 90. You're also being a bit of a dunderhead. You're just kind of like, oh. You're watching everything else. You're watching, I don't know, the goats in the pen next to you. But who rolled a 13 and who rolled a 3? What do we got going on here?
I did. Edmund rolled a 3.
Edmund
Wow.
and Ruby. So the two of you, especially you, Edmund, you're kind of like, this is a little weird. Normally when we pass through town, people look at us as outsiders. We're not typically welcomed. This is a little other end, and especially for the groom, the bridegroom, to come over to us and just engage. You also pick up, both you, well, that's what both you picked up who passed, but you, Edmund, with your 3, you're also like, you have a feeling it's due to your social class that he's been drawn to you. Because you are an aristocrat, are you not?
Yep.
You are. So he's kind of like, when he comes over, he's looking at your clothes and he's looking you over, and he can tell that you're of a higher class than most of these folk around here.
I get to eat.
Yeah. In between bites, you look up and notice. Where's the food?
You can tell by looking at me. You don't get that big without eating lots of food. Only people eat lots of food.
He slaps you on the back and he goes, I think I'll if you have some time later, I'd like to talk to all of you about possibly some work.
Always up for work. What kind you got?
Oh, let's not mix business with pleasure. Here, go back to partying. I just I'm very happy to have made your acquaintance. Was it Edmund?
Edmund.
Oh, very good. Yes, Edmund. Go enjoy yourselves. You're my guests for the evening. For me and my bride, not just my guest. And you notice like he's not with his bride right now either. He's kind of just making the rounds on his own. And he stays with you guys a little bit longer. And then he breaks off and he starts chatting with other folks.
That seemed a little bit odd to y'all.
Yeah.
Very.
Ruby's looks around and she says, "I think I'm going to go ahead and switch to water for the rest of the night, lads."
This tastes like water. Same effect.
Yeah, they're not the type telling us to get out of here and watch what we're doing and don't talk to their daughters.
Grandma always said if it's too good to be true, then you got to stop paying attention. Probably is.
Being a little okay. A little unsure of the situation here.
I like him.
You would. Dunderhead.
Long shanks.
So, Ruby's going to look around and survey the crowd. She's going to try and find a mark. She's going to try and find somebody that she could maybe ply her guile with, maybe her charm, to see if she could get a little bit more information about what's going on. Does she see somebody too far into his cups? Maybe somebody a little bit loud or oversharing.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a standard awareness test to scan the crowd and find maybe a mark or someone who stick out. Unfortunately, again, people aren't really taking notice of you, and you're kind of getting pushed and shoved around with your smaller stature. You do see, though, you don't see a mark, but you do see the bride. You see her, she's a heavily pregnant, much younger woman sitting nearby, sipping occasionally from a tankard of a small beer and looking very shy and unsure of herself. And next to her is another young lady who appears to be her maid of honor, and a very unhappy looking older man who's about Maximilian's age.
Ruby will head over there.
Okay.
And actually, does anybody have? Trying to think. In our party, we have the rich guy, the fat guy.
Yeah, Edmund. Yes.
I was just walking over to say, Edmund. Show me that lucky silver piece again that you have.
Which one?
Anyone will do.
Nah, flip a silver.
All right, you grab it and head over to the bride, and she'll, bow in her best low class ability. Clearly not having no manners or training in these sorts of things, being awkward, but gregarious. She'll say, "Greetings. Our party would like to give you our well wishes and good fortune to you, for this your wedding night." And she'll offer up the silver piece to the bride for your to be added to your dowry.
Oh, all right. She looks up from her ale, and like I said, she's visibly she looks quite sad. She looks quite lonely. The only person who's really keeping her company is her maid of honor. She looks at you and looks at the silver piece, and she doesn't really know what to say. She starts to say thank you, and then the man who's with them quickly jumps in and snatches it. He goes, "Oh, finally, some of the so-called dowry, I suppose. Well, thank you. I'll take that."
Ruby grins widely and sweetly and says, "You must be the proud father."
I am. The name's Franz Rafke.
Well met, Ruby. Ruby, good
Uh,
child.
Hello, Ruby. What brings you to town?
The road, of course.
I'll
And
show you.
she continues to try and be charming.
There's a picture of Franz. He's kind of a weaselly man,
Right.
on in years. He's a little agitated, but so you're trying to charm him a bit here. You're trying to change the mood.
Yeah, just trying to, kind of get on the good side of him.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll me a standard charm roll? Let's see. See if you can change his disposition a little bit here. Oh, there you go. Hey, he looks at the silver and he looks at you and he smiles and goes, "Oh, we don't typically see you small folk around. It's good to have you here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the present."
Of course. We feel quite fortunate to have been here for this ceremony. Says so this day, it's been in the works a long time. You guys have spent a lot of time planning this festival.
Aye, we have a festival, a celebration.
Indeed. This momentous event, and she'll look to the bride and say, how come you're not celebrating with the others?
You ask this of the bride?
Yeah.
She starts to speak, and her father jumps in and goes, "Oh, it's just nerves and emotions. She's with child.
Have you named it? Do you have a name yet for your child? Have you picked any? Boy, girl?"
She shakes her head no, and she goes, "It's a bit premature."
And Ruby says ruefully, "Not too premature," with a wide grin, but says, fair enough. So she looks around and she says, I can't remember the last time we've come to a town like this and found a warm welcome. Too often, people who travel the roads are looked upon with a little bit more of a scales on their eyes. What do you attribute the congeniality to?"
He goes, the celebration of my daughter wedding, Maximilian Steger.
Do you have any sense of what really might be going on here? Obviously, the father seems like he's driving this a little bit. He seems interested in the benefits of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are gleaning that from the way he's reacting and his and what he said at first when you came on over with regards to the dowry.
And he's cowing the daughter a little bit, keeping her from talking.
Very much.
Yeah, you can try to scrutinize.
Okay, thinking I need to call him from his daughter to find out what's going on. So let's try. I'll try scrutinize first.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, okay.
You're unable to get to the bottom of what's possibly.
So, I'll lean over to the I'll lean over to the dad, and
Franz?
or I'll lean into and look up, and I'll say, "Hey, I'll point to the fat guy, and I'll say, you see that man? He's quite rich, and I'm sure if you went over and talked to him, told him how important and how helpful that silver piece was, I bet he could find a few more for you."
Okay, why don't you go ahead and make me an easy charm roll? So that's going to give you a plus 20.
Okay. All right.
It's in a good way. That's
yeah.
A plus is a good thing.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. Let's see here.
Oh, critical failure! Oh
Wow!
no!
Wow.
I only needed a 73.
he looks you over, and his disposition all of a sudden changes. He goes, I need to get back to the party. Thank you so much for your kind words. Now, please be gone. Please leave my daughter alone and go away.
All right, she'll sulk off.
He looks over at kind of there's a militiaman nearby, and he looks at them, and he looks over at you, and he kind of gives them like a nod, and you see the guy kind of start to watch you now.
Whoops.
I dropped my L because I sense trouble maybe brewing.
All right, I'm having flashbacks to the Star Wars game.
Fortune coin. Fortune coin.
Oh, you could
Fortune
use
coin.
a fortune. More fortune, misfortune.
Wait, is that the one we have lots of?
That's the one you have
Yeah,
5
6.
of.
Yeah.
6 of. Thank you.
Um,
So you can re-roll a failed test. You have
Do
to
we
take the
get those
result, but it's got to be better than a 100, a critical
yeah,
failure.
let me try that then. That's fine.
The other thing to
I'll give it
remember
another
is
shot.
doubles are always critical successes or critical failures. So if it's a double underneath your target number, it's going to be a critical success. A double over your target number is going to be a critical failure, no matter what.
And 100 or a 1 is also crit.
Yes.
Quick failure, yeah.
So there's
All right, here we go again.
There are more chances to get criticals in this game, good or bad.
All right, sorry, already using up one of our fortune points here. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. Charm.
There we go. Flipped it. It's now a misfortune token up there.
Oh, ominous.
I still
Damn.
failed and still critted.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Another critical failure.
All right, so the same events have played out. You're now being watched. Ruby is being watched by a member of the local militia.
All right, fine. I'm clearly fate intended that to happen, so we're not going to argue with it anymore. She's going to sulk back to the party.
All right.
She will report what she learned. She'll say, yeah, you know, there's something not quite right about this wedding. The bride's very unhappy. The father seems to be really interested in the dowry. He's kind of cowing her a little bit, and I don't know. I think not my usual up to my usual game here because now the guard's got a hairy eyeball on me, and she sulks off and starts drinking again.
Isn't this how things started last town we was in?
Probably.
You're eyeing the militiaman. You still have your eyes over at the bride, and you notice this kind of like weaselly little guy wander over to France, and they exchange words a bit. And the little Weasley guy scurries off, and he seems to be carrying what looks to be like messages and papers, and he's making his way around the crowd, and he's like giving messages out and delivering documents, and just also just engaging with folks.
What's this weasel look like? You get a picture of him?
Let's see. Let me get you. I'll get you a picture. It's a benefit of roll 20. You can just come up with a picture on the spot.
Oh no, you don't need. If you didn't have one handy, that's okay.
Are you sure? We can. Do you want a picture?
No, that's fine. Ruby's
Okay.
going to take. Is there any common denominators about who's receiving these documents?
You know, you watch him, and it doesn't seem like there is a rhyme or reason. He's working the crowd and just meeting up with folks here and there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ask for one.
Okay. Dunderhead, I love it. All right, so he's just finishing talking with an older gentleman, and he turns around and is looking right at your chest, and goes, what do you want?
Hey, I saw you're giving stuff out. I was hoping I could get one.
I don't know who you are. What's your name?
Erg.
And he kind of starts flipping through some documents. No, I don't have anything for Erg.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
I guess.
So how are you enjoying the day?
I'm being kept very busy by Mr. Franz. I have things to do.
Has he paid for this whole shindig?
He has.
That's a lot of beer he's got out here.
Yes. Okay.
Well, okay then. Have a good day.
Thanks. And he starts to walk away.
I am cracking up over here. Ruby, you
I love
might
it.
be the better face for us.
Good job playing a Dunderhead, by the way. You're doing phenomenal.
Well, Ruby's got good stats for it. She just shitty rolls.
Does anybody else want to do anything or engage at all, or you just want to slip back into the party and keep on enjoying the day?
Slipping into the party sounds good.
Who's our smuggler?
That's me,
is
Edmund.
Edmund.
Hey, Edmund. How's your fingers? You think you could filch one of those? I'd dearly love to see what one of those documents says.
Let me look. What's
Matt, while I'm walking back, I'm going to listen for some rumors, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure. There's that Weasley guy. There's a picture of him.
Perfect.
Okay. Weasley little ferret.
He is
scurrying around, making the rounds. So you want to roll for some rumors, Erg?
What's it? Is
That's
it
the game plan.
skullduggery or stealth, or what would be like trying to pickpocket or lift
Skullduggery is the skill.
That's what I thought.
Skullduggery.
Okay, so
that's one of the ones you have to have
only,
trained too. Yeah,
I don't have it.
Does anyone have skullduggery?
Erg.
No, I don't.
Can you?
I can break skulls.
Can you use skullduggery untrained? Can you?
No. Let me see here.
That's what I thought. This is one of the asterisk ones.
So you can, but you have to flip the result to a failure. I believe is the way that works. If it's an asterisk one, if you're untrained in it. So if you rolled like a 7, you'd have to flip it to like a 70 and automatically fail.
So how do you?
So you have to succeed really, really good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have like a base chance of 30% or whatever, and you have to roll below 15. So when you flip it, it's still
okay.
I'm going to jump
right?
over to Erg here, who rolled really well on his rumor. So he's listening into the crowds as he walks back to the rest of you. He's kind of listening into what's going on. You can you pick up that the talk is that this wedding was definitely a business arrangement between Franz and Maximilian. Maximilian is quite wealthy or successful with his hemp fields in the neighboring town. And that this is a broker deal to join the families.
Sorry, my computer was going crazy there. Guys, I come back and I tell you that rumor that I heard, that I was able to overhear, and for once it comes out of me fairly articulately.
Whose bun is it in the oven there, eh?
That's the question.
Chaos baby. It's like Rosemary's Baby, but chaos.
Yeah, right. Don't give me ideas.
I know one lady that's not happy about this, and I'm willing to bet there's a lad around that has her heart, but not the coin to buy it.
All right. As this is all happening, the day is going on, and he gets closer to later in the day. So there is talk of a giant meal, a giant feast in honor of the
Yeah, man.
wedding. And so tables are being brought out as the afternoon goes on. Big tables. They're setting them up out in a field. It's all decorated with bouquets of flowers everywhere and ribbons hanging. And you can see one table at the end that's for the, you could only assume, for the bridal party and the parents. And then there's just long tables scattered about with just jugs and pitchers of ale flowing from them. And like I said, there's casks that have been rolled out into the streets and tapped, and people are just drinking like mad, and wine is flowing. And before you know it, food starts to be served. And those sausages that you've been hankering for are making their way out, Edmund.
Boy, that's what I've been waiting on.
So you guys find yourselves a table, and food is being served to everyone, and there's all sorts of things. There's meats and cheeses and fine pastries and the such. It looks like no expense has been spared for this wedding.
I will definitely be eating everything I can.
You and Edmund will be partaking in the food.
For sure.
And the drink.
And the ale.
We have a little challenge there, my friend.
You ever try to
Get in on that?
You ever try to outdrink a dwarf?
I'll eat a fat man.
I think he's challenged you to an eating contest.
Oh, eating contest. Yeah, he probably
Why
get
not
me.
both?
Oh, both.
Let's do both.
I can do the drink. I have to stay in good fighting shape for the masses in the pits.
I'll try and take you in an eating contest.
Is that an ogre?
That is our ogre.
That will be a problem. Go for it.
Yeah, you're a bit skinny for an ogre. I'm not worried about you.
Hey,
Sausages or pastries?
Why not?
Pick
Let's
your
do
weapon.
both. Pig in a blanket.
You guys are hilarious.
just say, would this be an okay spot to stop for a minute for a break?
Yeah, do you guys want to take just a quick 5-10 minute break?
That's fine.
Yeah, I gotta.
Sure.
Quick bio break. All right. We will be
We
back.
got to get everybody gambling on this eating contest.
Yeah, I know, right? Sounds good. All right, so we are going to take a quick break here. What time is it now? It's 20 to 10 in my neck of the woods. So let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back at 9:45.
Okay.
Okay, we are back. Hopefully everybody can hear us and see us just fine. From our brief intermission. Is Devil Dog still here? You can tell me if we got an echo. Oh, he's gone. All right, so we left off with the ogre and our rotund human wanting to enter into a eating and drinking contest. Unfortunately, he has not returned yet, so we can come back to that. In the meantime, let me jump back and forth here. Sorry. I was ready for the drinking and eating contest to commence. But we can get back to the action here. So you guys are sitting at your table. You're enjoying the evening. An hour or two has passed since dinner has been served. And you can hear an argument erupting nearby. It sounds like a rather heated conversation taking place. If you guys want, you can all roll me a standard awareness test or a standard scrutinize to pick up on the words.
I'm gonna be
How
active.
about an eavesdrop?
An eavesdrop? Well, it's loud. There's
Okay.
lots of noise going on, and the words are a little slurred. Someone's been drinking quite a lot. You can tell.
Jeez, I cannot roll for the life of me.
It's your curse, Wes.
I am cursed.
That's a critical failure.
Oh, that is a critical failure.
Wow.
Oh, we got Edmund back. Edmund, we're gonna come back to the eating and drinking contest. In the meantime, you can go ahead and roll either a standard awareness or scrutinize. There's an argument that has erupted nearby, and you're trying to pick up on what's being said. Elric, you're gonna hear something completely off. You're going to you hear that it's regarding some oxen that have disappeared into the woods, and that a party wants to gather to go get them back before they get taken away or killed by mutants.
Right.
That's what you're hearing. So you're kind of like, oh, mutants! What? Guys, we should go help them.
Well, I don't risk my head for that.
Barsh, though, you make out the voices, and it's an argument between Franz and Maximilian. Franz sounds heavily intoxicated. He's just slurring, and they're going on about. It sounds like it might be involving the dowry.
So it's between the groom and the father of the bride.
The father of the bride, and particularly a missing dowry bride token.
What would a bride token normally be? Like something like a family heirloom, like a pendant.
It could vary. You're not too sure what the arrangement was here. You did uncover that there was an arrangement of some sorts that took place. And now there's an argument taking place over it, specifically over a missing dowry or bride token. With their voices erupting, Maximilian, keep it down. Let's take this into private. And he puts his arm around Franz, and the two of them start to walk away and continue on this argument somewhere a little bit more private. So they break off from the crowds.
Anybody in the crowd reacting oddly to what's happening?
People, like the odd person who's not drunk out of their minds, are kind of like looking over, but at the same time, they also seem like they've got that look on their face like, I don't want to get involved with this kind of thing. Like, I'll just look the other way.
Okay. So the thought occurs to Ruby, although she's not going to say it out loud, that if something valuable went missing, that first person to blame would be the strangers in town.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Where are they heading?
They're heading off towards some houses.
Would it be easy for Ruby to slip off after them, or would it be? Is that not practical?
Anybody who wants to can attempt a stealth test to follow behind them and maybe listen in a little bit more. If you want, you can do a stealth test at routine difficulty at +10. Anybody who wants to follow along.
No.
No.
Well,
You
I
want to go
didn't
get
hear
those
it in the
oxen
first
back,
place,
Elric. You're just
Yeah.
like, we need to help these people. They've shown us such hospitality.
Yeah, no, that's probably not a good idea.
You're not going to try and stealth along?
I mean, that's one of those things I'd have to. Wait, do I have to flip my numbers for that?
No, I believe that's just a general. Let me just take a look at someone's character sheet. I think it's just a general skill stealth. Isn't
No,
it?
there's no asterisk by stealth.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sunshine,
Yeah, she'll,
and you do have 5 fortune tokens sitting there.
all right.
Those shiny
anybody
gold
else?
coins looking at you with the skull right next to it.
Yeah, then it can turn into skulls.
Anybody else want to stealth over with Ruby?
I think I'm in a contest right now.
Well,
I'm watching the contest.
We fast forwarded time
Oh,
Okay.
because you weren't back yet, so we just jumped back into the game. I said we'll come back to the eating drinking contest later.
We don't need to be stealthing. We need to be going into the woods to fight the oxen creatures.
sure, I'll follow along with him.
All right. She's going to go ahead and try and slip quietly over there. Just
Okay.
kind of nonchalantly head over. And here's the roll.
Ruby, Ruby, Ruby.
Ugh.
Oh, Ruby! Doubles again. Would you like to use a fortune point, Ruby?
I'm using all the fortune points.
Because that is a crit fail.
And I'm already
Good
being.
Edmund did, though.
Yeah, and the fat man vanishes.
Oh,
I'm-
so
I'm
yeah,
all
the fat man bled into the shadows, no problem.
All right, one more, I guess. Yep.
Hey, there you go. Now
Okay.
give me that token. Let me flip that. Another skull for me.
We start over at each session, is that right?
Yeah, each session you'll start back up at
All right.
number of players +1. It's like, think of them like bennies from Savage Worlds or Star Wars. When we played Star Wars, the light side, dark
Yeah.
side points.
This has a
Yeah.
Star Wars vibe to it, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where you're scared to roll dice.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying before.
Like when we played Star Wars. Okay, I want to do this, but will it require me rolling a die? Yes. Okay, never mind. Plan B. All right.
Right. Yeah. How can I talk my way through this without having to roll something? That's kind of my thing.
So you guys are following along. They are definitely heading towards a house. If you want, you can attempt an eavesdrop test to listen into the conversations taking place as they make their way towards the house. It's a standard test with so no pluses or minuses.
We say, Edmund.
Sure.
Both like lean in with our ears, hands up to our ears.
I don't win enough.
All right, so Edmund, you're
Crit-
the sound of the
success
party
for
is
Ruby.
taken over your ears. But Ruby, your keen little halfling ears pick up that a large bride token of hemp was supposed to have arrived by now, and it has not. And Franz is very, very upset by this fact. You hear him slurring his words. I could have given that girl to any respectable businessman in town, but you, Maximilian, promised me the best prospects. Even all my friends warn me not to deal with an uppity peasant like Maximilian Steger. So he's going on. He's cutting into him. And he's threatening to sew the shirt off his back. And he'll strip his daughter of that child, ensure the two of them are divorced, and that the child will grow up in an orphanage where no one can find it unless that bride
Right.
token is delivered as promised.
Likes his weed.
Maximilian is trying to defuse the situation. Obviously, he's trying to calm him down. Like, shh, okay, don't worry. It's don't ruin the happy day. We're gonna find it. It's on its way here. I'm sure there's just been a bump in the road, and we'll look for it tomorrow after the festivities.
Does he seem pretty candid, or is he pretty genuine?
Why don't you go ahead and make a scrutinize test, and you can read them. It's a standard test, no pluses or minuses.
Oh, that's probably why he wanted to hire us. Player knowledge.
Oh, critical success, Ruby.
Oh, it is
33.
Yay.
That's 2 in a row then, because his eavesdrop was a 44.
Oh, it
that's
was.
right. So you can make out clear. You can see the body language and everything. Maximilian, he's kind of... France isn't picking up on this, but Maximilian, it seems like he doesn't really particularly care about his bride's well-being and his words and his mannerisms. But it looks like he's like keeping up appearances. He wants to look like he's concerned, but at the same time, that's not really his focus, his new bride. After all of the horrible things that France just spouted at him about the divorce and stripping them of the child and throwing it in an orphanage.
Okay.
So does he seem sincere that he's going to pay this guy, or does he seem like he's just putting him off?
You could tell he wants to. He does seem concerned that the hemp has not arrived. The bride.
Okay,
token.
so so that's genuinely a surprise to him. It's
yes,
not like
he was. Yeah, this is a surprise to him. But when the bride is brought up, he doesn't really defend that or try to intervene with that. He's more like, okay, I'll find the hemp. I'll find out where the hemp is. It should have been here.
He's not super concerned. He should be more worried about his new wife than he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's ready. He's worried more about the product and his name.
Okay. Anything else happen?
No, not particularly. The men eventually break off. France is just kind of stumbling away, and Maximilian slinks back towards the party.
Okay. Well, Ruby will head back with I guess Edmund. She'll tell Edmund what she saw and heard.
Yes, I would get back.
So you guys head back to the others and relay this information that you've gleaned from following the two of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Do it.
About 20-30 minutes passes, and it looks you see Maximilian making his way around the crowd again. And he's definitely looking for someone. And then he sees you, Edmund, and he makes his way over again. And he goes, "Oh, my friend, we met earlier. You had a learned man with you, did you not?" And he looks over at Erg Belch Singe.
I see the gaze where it goes.
You're an academic, are you not?
I am an astrologer.
Ah, excellent. So, I have a question for you. Is a marriage valid without the delivery of a promised bride token?
Do I know that or not?
I don't know, do you? So, this is up to you to answer. The whole point of this is to kind of put you, the player, in a situation where you need to answer. There's no role involved or anything. He's just looking for a yes or
Is
no
it
from you.
night?
It is nighttime.
Give me a moment here. Let me consult the stars.
Oh, excellent. Right, you're an astrologer. Yes.
Is this the groom or the father asking?
This is the groom. This is the groom.
Cold feet. It's too late now, ain't it?
This is the groom. Yeah. What? Well, so what does that result mean?
That looks like it's going to be some issue. It could be contested. You could very well not have the marriage go through. Although, this was a terrible day for a wedding in the first place.
He looks at you. So you're saying it's a yes?
I am saying the marriage could be contested.
He's not saying
You
yes,
should
not saying
find
no.
that.
You
should find that.
You see a smile on his face. Oh, thank you. I knew you were the right ones to ask. And he starts to wander away.
Oh, hey, before you go.
Oh, yes, my friend.
If it doesn't work out the way you want it to, come find me. I can help you disappear out of town, get you out lickety split. No one will know.
Hey there, Mr. Maximilian.
Maximilian. Actually, I've had a picture of Maximilian this whole time. Let me show you what Maximilian
Wow.
Steger looks like.
That's awesome.
You mentioned you might have a spot of work for us.
There's Maximilian, the hemp tycoon.
He looks happy.
Yeah, the hemp tycoon, Maximilian Steger.
It's probably high.
You mentioned you might have a spot of work for us, eh?
Ah, yes, a man in my position. I'm always in need of people with skills.
Well, do you have anything specific in mind?
I don't have anything lined up right now, but I am heading back to my hometown of Vorburg tomorrow. Perhaps there might be some work there. Why don't you make your way to Vorburg?
Would you like us to find your missing hemp?
Come again?
The dowry token that's missing. Would you like us to see if we can find it?
He starts
for you?
looking around. He kind of puts his hands up, like, shh, like, where did you hear about that?
Well, you're bloody shouting it all through the whole place, aren't you? With your
you see him put his hand on his. You heard that? Yes. There's a bit of trouble that the bride token has gone missing. It should have arrived here 2 days ago.
Well, what's it worth? We'll go recover it for you for say 10 points.
Well, I don't know the exact value, but there was over 150 bales of hemp that were on their way here.
That disappeared.
So what
How
was
does
that?
150 bales go missing?
That's a lot.
That's what I would like to know, friends. That's what I would like to know.
So what is that? Is that like 5 wagonfuls or?
Yeah, it's
I-
like 3 wagons.
Calculates real quick, and he'll answer it, whatever it is.
Well,
He's done that before.
so you sent them. They were supposed to arrive by wagon. Your people.
Yes. My people were supposed to bring it here. I trusted it with my best man. And he should have been here a couple of days ago.
So it probably got waylaid by highwaymen, right?
I don't know.
That never happens.
Oh, I say those damn highwaymen, and then kind of turn and look at him.
Elric?
I don't know what you're talking about, friends.
Well, why don't you have us go look for it for you?
He ponders it for a moment. That's not a bad idea. Why don't we gather in the morning? It's late now, and we can discuss the work then. You could accompany back to Vorburg, and perhaps we can find along the way what has happened to my hemp.
All right. So Ruby will look around to the others.
He's trying to calculate in his head how much that's worth, like a bell.
Are we going to get paid?
The man just said 15 points if we recover it.
He looks at you and 15 pennies?
15%.
No, friend. I will pay you 35 brass pennies a day for your trouble. That is what I'm willing to part with.
Good luck finding your hemp, sir.
I can make that in the pits.
What's the? Does anybody know what the hemp's worth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Edmund's trying to calculate in his head, like, because he's smuggled crap. What does he know the value of such would possibly be?
He's offering 35 a day
Each?
each.
Yeah, but how much is how much?
Oh,
How much is the hemp worth?
Yeah, how much is a bale of hemp worth? Could Edmund? Is there something I can test, like a call knowledge?
That's a
on how
good
much-
question.
he is the smuggler extraordinaire.
I bet the hemp's in the back of the book. Let's look.
What is the spot price of hemp today?
Yeah. Let's see. Is it under the trappings? I don't know if hemp would be.
I think it is. Commodities. Bolt of hemp is 6 silvers.
A bolt?
A bolt.
A
Well,
bolt.
a bale's got to be bigger than a bolt, right?
It's probably several bolts out of a bale.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's a bale price.
Yeah.
Just a bolt price.
Yeah. So you're talking about how many silver and a gold?
10.
So that's 3 gold a bale probably. And how many bales did he say?
150.
Was it? No, not 150 bales. Was it?
That's what you
Oh
said.
yeah, that is what I
bolt.
said.
I exclaimed 150 bales. Wasn't missing.
Yes.
That's
So that
a
would
hell of
be-
a job.
A bolt would be hemp spun into fabric.
So, actually, here I have some more information for you guys too. Edmund would be aware of this. So, bride token of over 150 bales of hemp, roughly weighing 75 pounds per bale. This would take a number of wagons. And it's worth quite a bit of gold, that much hemp. Which also means this was one hell of an arrangement. And Franz was more than willing to give up his daughter for.
I think we got a Rob Roy situation here. Do you remember that? Where the guy got robbed bringing his gold to the king?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it, but it's been a long time.
So he offers you, what was it? 35 brass pennies a day each. You won't find a better deal. Take
12 pennies is a shilling.
35.
Is that a good wage, like for that time?
It's like
Yeah,
3 shillings a day.
Money is pretty hard to come by in this. Like, gold is rare.
Rubio say, yeah, that's a start. But if it comes to blood and we have to put our lives on the line, we want an actual percentage of what we recover for you. Fair enough.
You can make a bargain test. But
Is there such thing as like a help on this, like where I can assist and he gets like a bonus on the roll?
Yes.
Wouldn't that work? Like I make a roll also, and if I'm successful,
So he would take your 10s die. So you would make a roll also, and he would take your 10s. So if you rolled like a 40, he would take the 4 and put that in front of whatever he rolled instead. If it's better.
maybe negotiation.
It's going to be a... What was it I had said? It is a bargain test to try and get
Just
some more out of
fellowship.
him. Now, because Edmund, you're helping, I will make the difficulty routine plus 10. The two of you are trying to talk him down.
Could I use charm instead of bargain?
No.
Okay.
You're trying to negotiate for more money, right? You're trying to get more money out of him.
Right. Okay.
Guys, we'd have to buy gear. We're probably going to need 3 days worth up front.
Sorry.
We just agreed to do it for free.
Have another skull there, sir.
Thanks.
Well, no.
All right.
Well, no, and that's just the helping roll. Here's the actual roll.
Oh yeah, true. Mine's just a help.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off with my skull.
Hold on a minute here.
I'm
Oh,
holding.
Didn't he gets my 10s die, so he gets a 10 to that, right?
Oh dear lord.
Oh yeah, that sounds right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but
he would. So it'd be
Yeah,
19.
19.
19?
Is it?
No, it'd be 99. It would take it up to 99, right?
Oh.
Because he critical. Yeah, he would give him his 10.
Adding
I get-
10 doesn't sound right.
No,
Well, the
he-
10 would replace the 8.
yeah. So if you're like
Oh, that
rolling
sounds-
percentile die, he'd take the
Oh, yeah.
And
But he
put that-
critical
I'd
fail.
I'd be at 109.
yeah. You did critically
Okay, yeah.
fail, so it's not
All right,
gonna.
so wait.
benefit.
Let me redo it since
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that was a help roll.
we'll go ahead and
Wouldn't
redo
the
it.
help roll have to succeed anyways?
It doesn't have to. It's optional. From what I remember, I could be wrong. I'm gonna have some homework after this game.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Well, this-
he goes, my offer is more than generous.
All right, we'll go with that.
We'll renegotiate later.
Yeah.
At a later date. When we have
we're not drunk.
yeah,
When,
not drunk and-
when you're alone with us and our steel. No, she doesn't say that out loud, but that's what she's thinking.
Hmm.
Sir, might we get some bedrolls before we head out?
Oh yes. Definitely sleep for the night. We're gonna long day ahead of us. We got a days of travel to Vorburg. So there are rooms for out of town guests already prearranged at the inn. Just go there and
Oh.
mention my name, and you can get yourselves a bed.
Very good, thank you. Are you going to be safe tonight?
I should be fine. My bride and I, and you see him look over his shoulder towards the head table, and the bride's chair is absent. It's empty,
Oh,
and he looks and she must have retired early. Pardon
Yep.
me. We'll talk in the morning.
You want my sword to talk you in?
No. I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Mutter something about not dying before she gets paid.
All right, so you guys can continue partying on into the night. Is there anything particular you want to do? Did you guys want to do that eating drinking contest? Did we want to go back to that?
Edmund, my silver versus yours. Let's go for an eating contest here.
Now, are we rewinding?
We can do that after this.
I
Because
didn't know if it's like what happened previously or.
yeah, let's just say the night's winding down, and you guys are like, hey, let's not let any of this food go to waste. Let's do that eating contest now.
Okay.
So usually, let's do this by minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you guys both to roll a toughness test, a standard toughness test to start. Actually, let's make it routine because you guys are both used to eating. Let's make it a routine toughness test for round 1. We'll do 3 rounds.
Let me find toughness.
Oof. All right. So, did you want to spend a fortune?
ooh, yeah.
Well, up with some points against us for food contest.
Yeah, you start piling it away, Erg, and it hits your gut, and you're like, oh, I must have eaten too much. Oh, I don't feel so good. And Edmund's just like throwing it back with both hands. He's like licking the plate clean. He's like, all right, round 2, let's go. You're not doing so hot.
Not the best start.
Hang on, these damn windows.
My money's on a fat guy.
Yeah, right.
That's the ogre. I'm going for the ogre for sure.
Do another
Is
round here.
it
Erg.
is
We'll do
it
the-
routine or
well,
standard this time?
So now it's gonna go up to standard. We'll do 3 rounds regardless. We'll do the best of 3. So did you do standard for this one?
No,
No. So go ahead and re-roll.
You sure you don't want to just add that?
No,
the-
re-roll.
3 penny says that dwarf throws up again.
So Erg, you have like a second wind, and you just like take the plate and you hold up to your mouth, and just everything just starts falling in. You're and there's food and slobber going everywhere, and you look down at Edmund, and you're just like, this is nothing. And Edmund, he's just going toe for toe, bite for bite with you. You guys are almost like face to face. You got nose to nose, and you're both eating, and it's disgusting. There's food everywhere. There's saliva. It's just gross. Your hands are covered in grease, and your faces are, and the rest of you are looking, but at the same time you're looking away. Like you're trying not to look. It's like looking into the sun, right? You can't help but stare. But at the same time, it's my God, what is happening here? All right, final round. This can go either way.
Challenging or
Yes, sorry, thank you. Challenging. Or Edmund won 2 rounds. I don't think he can lose, can he? Just go ahead and do it.
Hang
Yeah,
on, let me
crit.
adjust this.
Oh.
Said challenging.
Yeah, you could crit. Good call.
Ah, damn it.
He didn't crit, but he did not last this round. So Erg throws back another plate. Edmund, you're starting to slow down. You've been, ever since the food came out hours ago, you've been grazing and partaking and helping yourself. So it's now starting to catch up with you. You're sitting there and it's like, coming back up a little bit.
Now a hard challenge. So we got to have a tiebreaker.
Yes. One more round.
That hard.
All right. 27 and 21.
Yeah, good roll.
So, Erg comes out on top. Just as Edmund is that's crazy, negative 20. Edmund is he's starting to slow down. It's taking its toll on him, and he starts burping and he's throwing up a little bit in his mouth. And Erg, you're doing fine. You're doing good, man. You had your second wins.
And I just barf all over his leg. I got AFK real quick, sorry.
Okay. When he comes back, he's going to have to roll 3d10 plus 3 physical peril, and he's going to gain 1 corruption for that. That's a thing in the book with the drinking rules, at least. This is gluttony, you guys. This is gluttony.
Oh,
You're going to be punished
gluttony.
for it.
I'm really tempted to roll one more time.
That's hilarious. Okay, so we'll do that when Edmund gets back. So the night's ramping down, and everybody's heading their ways. Is there anything else that you guys want to do for the evening before calling it a night? No?
Not
What do you
me.
think? Should I celebratorily bottle bomb into the sky here?
Bottle bomb?
Well, yeah, what's that?
Gut rot spray.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Your racial ability that you have. Where you basically have a built-in breath weapon. Rot gut spray. Make a toughness test or become intoxicated. You wanna give it a go?
I am going to give it a go. I'm going to celebratorily jam down a bottle of rot gut and shoot a fireball into the air.
Okay. And there's like no difficulty on that, is it? I think it's just a 0.
No, it's just regular.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you fail. Oh!
I do.
Oh, okay. Roll me 3d10 plus 3.
Roll 3 which?
3d10
3D10.
plus 3. So use the little dice roller on the left-hand side there.
3d10 plus 3, is it?
Yep. This is the punishment for intoxication.
Back, sorry. Well, I forgot to bring the dogs in. They were barking like idiots.
So you gain 24 physical peril and 1 corruption.
Gluttony.
And go ahead and do the same thing, Edmund. Roll a 3d10 plus 3 for me. For your gluttony check. And you gain 18 physical peril and 1 corruption point for your gluttony. Your act of gluttony.
I'm coming, Grandfather Nurgle. I'm coming.
Where do I adjust the physical peril?
It is
Now, what about the peril threshold? Isn't that go against it or something?
It does, but for this, you're not gonna like lose a limb or anything. It does go against the threshold, like your first one. I'm looking at Erg's is 6, 12, 18. How much did you take, Erg?
24.
24. So technically, you're like seriously wounded.
From alcohol.
But for the intoxication, it lasts 6 hours, and it'll go away, and the gluttony will say 6 hours also. So, like, this is temporary. You guys don't actually need to record it on your character sheet. You're going to sleep it off, the drunkenness and you'll probably just throw up Edmund.
Let's go. But it's 1 point of corruption.
1 point of corruption, though, that does stick.
And every 10, you gain a rank, right?
Yes.
Sweet.
And that's,
so
I
put
think,
that on
the
the
first
chaos rank at the top.
Yes.
Yeah, the corruption's a circle in the middle.
Oh, yeah, there. Thank you. So put 1 in there. Okay. Cool. Intoxication. All right, so you guys head to bed. You wake up the next morning. Yeah, you've got a bit of a sore head the next day, Erg, and Edmund, you're not feeling the best. You're overstuffed yourself, all the free food around you. You couldn't help yourself. The rest of you aren't feeling too bad. You took in the drink, but you never got to the point of, intoxication or anything. And you make your way out of the inn, and you can actually see a wagon being readied in the road. This is a very small town, so there's like one main vein road that goes through it, and there's a wagon being readied, and you can see Maximilian making himself busy around said wagon. And he sees you, and he waves you over. Come on over. Well, we're just getting ready to head out in the next little while. How are you all feeling today?
Fine.
Burp.
Fine.
His purpose. Oh, excellent. We've got a coach here that my bride and her maid of honor and I will be traveling in, and I've got my 3 men will also be accompanying us. I've got 3 sellswords that I've also hired for the journey.
Ruby will look them over. What do they look like?
So the main one, I have a picture of him. He looks like he's actually quite. He's seen some battle. You can tell. You look him over, and he's like, okay, this guy looks capable of himself. That he seems to be the head of the 3 sellswords. The other 2, one guy, he's always got a smile on his face, and he's very boastful. He's just always talking all the time. And then finally, the last one is a youngster, fresh faced, and you're not too sure if he's ever seen any combat.
What are they wearing? Armor, weapons?
Yeah, they're wearing armor. The 2 the one who's just won't shut up, and the young one, they're wearing leather, but the one who looks like he's battle hardened is wearing like mail.
Oh.
Swords?
Yes, they all have swords on them.
Broadswords? Big swords? Little swords?
Zweinhanders?
Yes, Zweinhanders. Well, the head one, the battle hardened one, he is definitely carrying an impressive blade. He's got a mortuary sword on him.
It's a good weapon.
That is a very good weapon. And the others are carrying like short swords, equivalent of short swords.
Okay.
Mortuary sword. One of your party members carries a mortuary sword, so you're familiar with it and how deadly it is in battle. That would be the pit fighter.
Mine has probably seen more action and intestines.
He's not wrong.
So are we all walking while the coach next to the coach?
Well, that's the thing. Do any of you have horses? I know one of you has a...
Somebody had a pony, right?
He's got a... What did you end up taking? Was it a horse with your wagon, or did you take an ox?
Yeah, I got a draft horse and that wagon.
So One of you has
Are we
traveled.
all able to ride on the wagon?
I don't think we can all fit on it.
No, unfortunately, you won't. So if you can't fit in the wagon, Maximilian says, "Well, one of you can drive shotgun. Ride. What do they call? They don't call it shotgun. They call it.
You ride Arquebus.
Yeah, something like that. I
Blunderbuss.
can't remember. I can't find it now. You can ride
Yeah,
shotgun with
blunderbuss.
the. There's a really old, ancient, decrepit-looking man holding the reins. He's all hunched over, and you'd swear he's dead. But he moves every once in a while. One of you can sit there with Ernest, and I guess the rest of you can cram into the carriage with my bride and I and her friend."
Oh, well,
I'll
we're
s-
taking our wagon, right?
Yeah, say I can fit probably. I know the halfling would fit fine, and then maybe one of the others could ride inside mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit with Ernest, as I probably won't fit anywhere else.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll ride. I'll go on on our wagon.
Okay. What do they call it? Oh, you're gonna ride blunderbuss to
That's
Ernest.
what I said.
I knew it was in here somewhere. All right.
Is there room on the outside of your wagon that I could ride next to?
I like hang on the side.
On Edmonds?
Yeah.
What do you say? I mean, could
I don't
she
think so. You
sit?
said it was that second picture. Hang on, let me find it again.
Yeah, it's like it's a
Don't
really
have
he could sit, or
handrails
she could
and
be in
foot
there.
Stirrups
but
on the back.
sit on the steps on the back of it that you use to step up and into it.
I think we're just trying to figure out how many people can ride, right?
Yeah, exactly. So 2 of you can go into the coach. 1 can sit with Ernest. Edmund has his own little carriage, and the halfling Ruby
when you said that.
could sit in the back of the carriage. Could sit inside the of Edmund's little
That's fine. I can see out, right?
two-wheeler. Yeah, he's got a window or two on there. You can look out.
All right, that's fine. I'll stay in there.
Okay. So another rule that we're going to introduce here, or another game mechanic, is rolls for journey, not ROLLS, but ROLES. What you typically do is you select one of 3 rolls. We're going to need a guide, a survivalist, and a scout for the journey, and you're going to make rolls along the way tied to what you selected.
I'll do survivalist if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any
I'll do
specific skill that
uh,
relates?
I'll do the guide. I've got a skill for that.
Yeah, so guide is navigation, is the skill check.
Yeah, I've got navigation.
Survivalist is survival, and scout is stealth.
Oh, I don't have survival. I thought I had survival. I don't.
Survival
What's
is
everybody's stealth roll?
I've got stealth.
survival.
You have
is-
the ability stealth.
Yeah, I've got 1 rank in stealth, but my agility's only a +2.
Okay, so roll your stealth once and see who can. My roll's 4. I have to beat a 49. Yeah. Okay. I'll do the scouting if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that's like what mine is.
So, you guys are standing there selecting what you want to do. Like Maximilian's like, "Oh, why don't you all take on a job while we go?" And you're talking amongst yourselves. And as you decide, Ruby, that you're gonna scout Andre, or the sellsword, who's definitely looks battle hardened, comes over to you and goes, "Oh, my name's Andre Kessler. I'm the head of this operation. I'll be scouting ahead. Who's gonna assist me?"
I'll assist you.
He looks you up and down. He goes, why don't you ride with me? Then we'll be up ahead of the others, looking for any danger."
I'll roll scrutinize on him real quick.
Sure. He looks genuine.
Okay.
Seems
All right,
very genuine
I'll-
in his approach.
I'll that's fine. The only thing is I'm gonna ride with Steel Bear if that's okay.
Steel Bear? Who's Steel Bear?
What? No, her steel will be bare. She's going to.
Oh,
oh.
I was like, is that a nickname for somebody? He nods his head. You've obviously seen combat. That is fine.
Okay.
You know how to handle yourself. I like that.
So she'll ride on the back of the horse with him then. That's fine.
Yes. Yep. Being a halfling, that works out well.
Sweet.
So, who was so Ruby's our scout. I'm just gonna make note here. And I'm sorry, who was taking the other two roles? Guide and survivalist.
I did a survival.
I'm guide.
Okay.
That is a cool looking wagon right there.
Nice.
You saw tacos out of that thing?
Is that the
Nice tacos out of that thing.
Shaved ice.
It's like a food truck.
shaved ice? All right. Barsh is our survivalist. Okay. So the way this works is the length of the journey determines how many rolls you make, and it's abstract, but like the survivalist is the one who's going to be looking for good places to set up camp or finding provisions along the way. The scout, your job's a little bit more self-explanatory. You're up ahead. You're checking out the route as you go, and the guide, you are. I'm sorry. The guide is our navigations person. So they're the one who's finding provisions and such along the way for the day. The survivalist is looking for good places to camp as you go, and then the scout is up looking ahead, trying to avoid any danger.
Nice.
So with that, Maximilian says, "Oh, all right. So who's riding with me and the ladies in the wagon?"
I suppose that would be me.
All right, come on in, my good man. Maximilian, I didn't get your name.
Wait, so we're putting the highwaymen in with the.
Yes,
Perfect.
it's an inside job.
The call is
name's-
coming from inside the carriage.
My name's Elric.
Ah, pleasure to meet you, Ulrich. You look like a traveler by trade, a man of the road.
Oh, I do tend to follow the roads.
Ah, very good. Good. Glad to have you aboard. Come back here. Sit with my wife, Helena. I don't think you've met her, and this is her friend, the
My lady.
maid of honor. This is Barbara. Barbara Emmerich. We call her BB.
Nice to meet you all.
Very good. So they'll be up there, and I'm gonna be riding alongside. You stay in here with the ladies, and I'm going to help our survivalist. I'll be with the dwarf. So he leaves the carriage and shuts the door behind him, and you're sitting in there with the two ladies. And before long, the carriage sets out on the road. So you're sitting in there with Helena and Barbara. Barsh is walking alongside with Maximilian, and Ruby, you're up there with Andre. The journey is, so far, to start, is very unassuming. It seems like these are just rolling hills and plains. There's nothing much going on here. This is a well-traveled road that you're on, so there doesn't seem to be much threat of danger as you go and head out towards Vorburg. Did any of you want to engage any of these people or anything along the way?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just in my one, so I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm
you're in
just
your little
happy with
wagon
people around me.
going beside them.
I say hello to this corpse as I'm getting up there.
He doesn't even look at you. He's just hunched over. He's holding the reins. He lets out something unintelligible. He seems unfazed by having an ogre sit blunderbuss next to him.
Ruby will ask Andre if Maximilian's mentioned the
Back.
Okay.
the dowry token.
To him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very professional in his demeanor and the way he carries himself, but he's also seems like a very open man. He seems quite kind, and yeah, he's very open to talking to you. He's very actually quite chatty once you start engaging with him, and he goes, I was made aware of it this morning that the hemp went missing on the way here.
It had been traveling directly toward us, right? So
It would have been on this. There's one road between the two towns, and it would have been on this one.
Right. How many men guarding the? Do you know?
I'm not aware. The security detail and the transportation was left up to Heinrich Truman, one of Maximilian's men. And you kind of see a look on his face when he mentions the name Heinrich Truman.
You don't hold him in very high regard, eh?
Go ahead and make me a charm test. Just a standard one. There's no pluses or minuses to it. Do I have to roll the dice? Hey, look at that. He looks at you, and you can see a look of disdain on his face. And he goes, that Heinrich, he's so unprofessional, and he's harsh with his employees. He thinks especially little of the man. Or this is Andre. Andre says, I think especially little of him because Andre once caught him beating his younger brother Dieter. Can you imagine? What a piece of filth! What a piece of garbage! This man was left in charge of the wagon. It doesn't surprise me that it hasn't made its way here.
A man like that would be easily betrayed by his men.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, there were shenanigans. We'll likely see it on the road.
Oh,
we'll see evidence.
Of course. We'll keep our eyes peeled, and we'll make sure that the ladies are okay.
Right.
Barsh, you have the opportunity. You're riding actually with, or walking along, doing your survivalist with Maximilian, and I wasn't sure if you wanted to engage him in chatter at all along the way, along the journey or not.
No, I would ask. I wouldn't be
You're not
too chatty.
Yeah,
I'm not. He's definitely not the chatty type, but he be watching for any kind of deception or
right.
Potential betrayal or anything like that.
Well, along the way, he's actually quite chatty, and he's just talking away as the two of you are walking along. He goes, he's regaling you with stories of how he made it as a businessman, and he's done so much for Vorburg with his hemp business.
Yeah. You're looking for guards for your hemp business? Because it seems like you need some.
Well, I am quite concerned by this. My trusted bailiff Heinrich, he was the one that was supposed to be bringing this here, and I just don't understand. You have to have good reason not to have brought it here, and I just don't know what that is. If you want, you can go ahead. You can make a scrutinized test, a standard scrutinized test, because you can tell that he's not letting on everything.
Yes.
Oh wow, 36 to pass. The odds weren't in your favor. Yeah, you look him up and down as he's chatting and talking about this, and the mention of Heinrich Truman, and you can see that he's more worried than he's generally letting on when people bring up the missing hemp.
Yeah, seems like you got a lot weighing on you with this hemp.
I promised this to France, and in exchange for my bride, and now it's gone missing.
What you think about your bride?
She's a fine lass. she'll be a good wife.
Y'all are gonna have one?
I don't know. I'm actually a widower. I had a wife and child. I was married before, and I had a wife and a daughter, and they died tragically. I have a son, Waldman, but he's not interested in the family business. So hopefully, this child on the way will want to take over my hemp enterprise.
Okay.
All right.
He kind of just nods off.
It goes back to looking for things to kill.
Possibly.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get everybody to make the respected tests for their wilderness travel. So it's going to be a routine. So +10 for your roll. Actually, it's going to be a +20. Well-worn paths, open plains, meadows. It's going to be at a +20. So our guide, you're rolling navigation. Survivalist, you're rolling survival. And scout, you're rolling stealth.
Oops.
Ooh.
We know where we're going.
All right.
Pretty bad there.
Go ahead, and the two that failed.
Did I roll?
Ruby, you rolled. You rolled a 78.
Did I? I don't see
Both
it.
survival though.
Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Let me try stealth this time. There we go.
Okay, so you pass. So it was just Barsh who just barely missed. Go ahead and roll me 1d10 plus 1.
Okay.
And that's going to be physical peril you're going to take from road weariness.
Yeah, because Maximilian's talking my freaking ear off.
Oh, nice. That's like nothing. 2. You're just like, oh, I don't want this man shut up.
That's physical peril?
Yes. I think, but it doesn't even go through, does it? Because of your...
Let's see.
It doesn't even bother you.
Nope.
Because you've got an 8. Yeah, so you're good. It doesn't even really affect you at all. So you guys, about halfway through your journey, you break for lunch. You set up a small area. They break out some food, and everybody kind of gathers around and has some food and drink. Andre's kind of on edge. He's not really partaking. He's just kind of standing out in the road and watching up ahead, so that nothing should surprise the group of you while you enjoy your lunch. During lunch, Maximilian goes back over to you, Edmund, and he goes, "Can I talk to you privately, please?"
Sure.
He goes, "Thank you. You're a good man. I can tell you're a man of
What's up, Governor?
of good stature, and you come from a good family. Now, I want to thank you. I can't thank you enough for taking on this job. Now, I'm willing to offer you a bonus if you make sure that you report back to France in terms favorable on my behalf. Would you be willing to do that? Whether the outcome is good or bad, if you're willing to go back and just tell him everything, favorable for old Maximilian."
Oh, I'm sure that could be arranged there, Governor. What's in it for me? We don't have to tell the others about this,
Yeah, it's true. Who has the highest FB bonus? Fellowship bonus.
I fellowship
4.
I got a 3.
I got 3.
I see a
Ruby's
5
got
on
a
Ruby.
5.
3.
He goes, I'll give you 5 silver if you go report back to France on my behalf.
Oh, why not?
Thank you. I knew I selected the right man. Thank you so much, Edmund. Oh, Edmund. Perhaps we could arrange some business agreements when we get to Vorburg as well. Once this is all sorted out with the bride token. Oh, you're a good man.
Oh, definitely. Always up for a good job.
Oh, excellent. And he goes, okay, we're done here. And he wanders back and goes back over and continues his lunch.
So as the day goes on, and it's not like out of the ordinary for us to be talking amongst our normal group. So, old Mister over here has offered me 5 silver to give a good word for him when we get back to France. But he wasn't going to offer it to anybody else but me.
5
silver? I wonder how much Franz would pay for that news.
I think it's something we can keep under our hat to maybe use in our benefit, if need be. If not, we got us an extra 5 silver.
Yeah. Ruby says, that was very honorable of you to tell us all that instead of keeping it to yourself. She nods her head in respect to you.
That was very honorable.
Who says there's no honor among thieves, right?
All right. So after lunch, the terrain turns to rolling hills, and forests become thicker. About late afternoon, a couple hours before dusk, not far from the village, Andre and Ruby, you guys are scouting ahead, and you see something. You see what looks like a slaughter in the road up ahead of you. There's coaches turned over. There's dead horses. There's dead men. Andre goes, "So we must go warn the others." And he turns around and rides back.
She's gonna hop off the horse at that point.
You're just gonna hop off?
Over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And she's gonna slip over to the side to one of the trees.
Into the trees? Okay, yeah, they are the thicker trees. Go ahead. You want to stealth?
Yeah, she wants to be quiet about it.
Make me a stealth roll. It is, going on to about dusk now, so let's make it a routine stealth check.
Okay, she's tiny too.
She is tiny.
She can... All right. I hate having to roll.
You're the one hopping off the horse. Wanting to hide the shadows.
Not a lot of hand waving going on here.
All right. As far as you can tell, you are amongst the shadows and the trees of the forest. All right, so Andre rides back, and the rest of you can see that visibly he's disturbed, and he rides on over, and he starts talking to the 2 other guards about something. He rides over to them, and he's come over here. I need to talk to the 2 of you. And they ride over, and they're talking amongst themselves, and you guys can't really hear what's being said. If you want, you can go ahead and roll me an awareness check or an awareness test or an eavesdrop test. Both either at a +10, a routine difficulty.
Sorry, who can make that?
Anybody, if you want to hear what's being
so
said.
Fucking awesome.
Elric.
Ruby's not there, so she can't do it.
Nope.
Which test was it?
You can either do
deaf.
awareness or eavesdrop, whichever's better. At a routine +10.
Ruby's gonna use awareness.
I am just deaf. I haven't heard anything all day.
You are a dunderhead. You're just kind of oblivious. Just going down the road. Oh, and Edmund got a critical failure.
Yeah, well, I didn't add in my
okay, reroll then.
Bonus. Well, no, just it would still fail because if you added another 10 on that, I'd have had a 61.
Okay. So, Barsh, you and Maximilian are walking along, and Maximilian's talking away, and he's like, "Oh, what are they talking about over there? I wonder what's going on." And you can overhear the conversation, and Andre is relaying what he has seen up ahead. With looks like there's a slaughter, there's horses in the road, there's overturned wagons, dead men.
Oh, okay.
And
I hear this, right?
you hear this. And,
Okay.
And with that, Maximilian's like, what do they say? What is going on? Stop the coach. And he holds his hand up, and Ernest pulls back on the reins, and Maximilian starts to waddle over there. I demand to know what's going on. What is happening? What is going on here? Tell me. And you see Andre, he hesitates for a moment. And he whispers, you see him whispering to Maximilian something, and as he's talking, he's looking back at the rest of you, and especially the coach. You can tell, he's like, doesn't want the coach to hear what's being said.
I'm gonna do a low whistle to get my comrades over to me, who can't get to me, and let them know there's trouble up ahead, potential trouble. Maybe not right on top of us, but it's coming.
Okay.
And I described it, what I heard.
With that, you after a while, the maid of honor, she pokes her head out. She's like, "What's going on? Why aren't we moving?" And Maximilian and Andre come over, and they're trying to comment. "Oh, there's a blockage in the road. We just got to clear it, and we'll be on our way."
A blockage.
A blockage.
That's the PC term for a murder hole.
Andre orders his two men to stay at the wagon. He's like, I'm gonna go back up there and take a look. He goes over because you kind of whistled, and he could tell that you know you've overheard what's going on. Barsh goes, your friend is up there. I'm gonna go back and take a closer look, and also make sure that they're okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll to see if I can. That was to observe the area and see if I could pick up any movement or any activity. See any signs of an ambush.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. So let me just jump back to you quickly while this is playing out. So what you see there's 3 wagons overturned. Their horses were all butchered, and all around them lie the corpses of about a dozen people, peppered with short black fletched arrows.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm going to need you to make me a routine resolve test at this site of this massacre. And if you fail, you're going to suffer some stress from it.
How do I do that?
Good question. Let me see your character sheet.
Is this because of the horror of it?
Yes.
Okay. The horror.
The horror. Resolve test. Where is that button on here?
Willpower. Thunder willpower.
Oh, thanks, Wes. So make me a...
Yep.
Test. Routine.
Routine? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Just missed it.
Would you like to use a fortune?
Depends.
Ruby, of everybody, you've probably seen the most battles, like actual battlegrounds.
Probably not as much as the pit fighter, actually, I wouldn't think.
Yeah,
That's
but
probably-
he'd be seeing 1 or 2 dead at a time. You'd see actual battlefields, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would, but I don't know. So what happened? Before I ask to use the token again, how bad could it get for me? Having failed this.
The stress? It will affect your...
It's like chaos points type thing.
No, it's going to be like mental damage.
Oh, the shock of it.
Is it like 3d10 plus something?
Yeah. I'm not seeing it here on your character sheet. So we'll skip it for now because we're coming up on the end of the session here right away. So we're at a good place to leave off. So when we skip that for now, we can come back to that. So in the meantime, the others have started to make their way over. You can see them a little bit further down the road, but you do see a little bit more before they make their way there. So let me read. The arrows are crudely made with viciously barbed iron heads. Most of the people have been shot to death. They have been only partly stripped of weapons and armor, while money and valuables have been largely left behind. There are no other corpses other than those of guards. The wagons are still laden with bales of hemp, and there's no attempt to steal the goods from what you can see.
What?
Quest is done. Let's go home.
And the convoy needed to set out early to make it to Swansea in one day, and was stopped not far from Vorburg, so the attack must have taken place in broad daylight from what you can tell.
She's
Nothing but gods.
She's gonna cut into the woods and start working her way about 30 yards to the left just to make sure that there's no ambush still set up.
Sure. All right. You're just going to go face some mutants by yourself?
Well, no, she's going quietly. She wants to see if she can spot anything.
Okay.
So is the guy who owns this stuff, I forgot his name, is he with us? Or is
Maximilian is not with you. It's you and Andre. So the rest of you have now come up on the scene, and you can see this as well.
Okay, is there anybody besides our group with us? Like people that I trust?
No. Andre is the only other one with you. The scout. The cell swordsman who's seen his share of battle.
Okay. Well, I want to, if there's a point where he's not immediately there, or definitely give some time, I'm going to try to break down at least one of the bales and put in my hidden compartments in my wagon.
Oh my god! All right, we're going corruption.
Here,
I'm a smuggler. I can make some money off this.
Well, swear to stealing from the dead lie.
No, the man who owns
the man. Yeah, he's not there.
That's true. That's true.
He may be dead. His body's just not there.
That's all right. Grave robbing's only a minor offense.
It's a standard theft.
Okay.
Calling it a bonus for our services.
There is a note here. So dwarves and characters in military careers. So I don't know if anybody other than our dwarf is in a military career.
Actually,
or is Ruby?
Ruby is, yeah.
So the two of you automatically recognize the arrows as of mutant handicraft.
Meaning like
blasted mutants.
Orcs or something?
No, mutants are corrupted individuals.
Which seems weird because it's a mutation of a person, but they've got their own craft type handiwork.
Yeah, right?
Okay. So kind of like a Reaver's vibe from the first Guardians of the Galaxy or something, or
Chaos.
So they've been corrupted and by chaos. So they've sprouted tails, or they've got a beast head, or they've got extra limbs. They're truly a mutant. They are outcasts from society.
Wow.
There's some pretty nasty things, and this could happen to you as players if you get too corrupt. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was going over the tables on Friday, and some pretty nasty things can happen to you.
Ruby's going to go really slowly into the thick woods.
Okay.
Does not want to come nose to nose with these things.
Guys, you guys are looking over the scene, trying to recreate what happened. You guys can make me a standard warfare test. Anybody who's interested in that?
Where is that?
And is
I don't have it.
Is it a specialized one?
Yeah, specialized.
You guys can always attempt it, but you have to flip it to a failure.
Big a
93,
deal for
81, nope. Nobody's. Anybody else want to try?
I'll try.
All right. No dice, okay. And you guys can also do a routine survival test on the scene to get some more information.
Why is gambling not showing up on our intelligence for me?
55.
Routine. Is that standard?
Routine is a plus 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yep, you can make this as well.
I should be okay then. It's a plus 10.
Ruby and yeah, Barsh. So the two of you ascertained from the scene that it looks like the attackers came through the woods, roughly from the direction of the village, Vorburg, and returned the same way.
Really? They went the same way?
Yeah,
That's
what it looks like. Towards the village, came from towards the village and then went back the same way. And does anybody have animal handling? To get a few more details from the crime scene. You can always make an unskilled check if you want, but it's just going to be at a flip.
No, I don't.
Might as well try, right?
Yeah, there's no harm in trying. You need like a 22 or a 33 or a... Right? You need something where it flips, it's going to be...
71, flip to 17. Oh.
Yeah, right. Anybody else want to attempt animal handling?
There we go. Oh wait, I think I got it.
You did get it. So, looking at the horses, you see they were hobbled by gin traps laid in the road below piles of leaves. So this was an orchestrated, premeditated attack.
Okay, this was targeting the dowry.
Yep.
But they only took the people, not the...
Yeah, but they only took... Well, not all, because they only killed the guards.
Well, they weren't trying to... They were just trying to stop the delivery of the dowry. They weren't trying to steal it.
Well, the guy's missing and the dowry's still there.
Right. No, but they did prevent the dowry from arriving. There's
Yeah,
no way
that did happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So...
All right. And I'm going to say there, we're going to leave off. It's a perfect place to leave off, and we're at our cutoff time. And we'll pick it up again next week.
Cool beans.
Say thank you to you guys for playing. Thank you to the people who actually came and watched. I'm surprised people came and viewed this. That's awesome. And hopefully you'll come back next week, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and watch the next part of A Bitter Harvest. This was a lot of fun. There's a few stumbles, a few fumbles, but all in all, I had good
failures.
Yeah, I had a good time running it.
Yeah, it was fun, Matt. Thank you for...
Thanks, dude.
All right.
Thanks,
Good night
Matt.
to the
Thanks,
stream.
everybody.
So we're